Hey guys, welcome back to The Mind of Brandon. Today we're going to be talking about the free will argument. So in a previous video, I talked about this idea that the universe was created by a God that's all-knowing, all-loving, and all-powerful. And I mentioned that it didn't really make sense that our world was created by an all-knowing, all-loving, all-powerful God, since it's a world with so much suffering. It doesn't make sense that an all-knowing, all-loving, all-powerful God would create a world with so much suffering. But I also mentioned that a common rebuttal to try and rescue the theory that the world could have been created by an all-knowing, all-loving, all-powerful God is that God gave humanity free will. So my response to that was that we don't really have free will. I can't go outside and just start levitating into the air, floating around, flying around like a character on Dragon Ball Z, that sort of thing, right? And, because I said that, I actually got a text from a family member. I should clarify, if I understand his perspectives correctly, he's not like a religious person. He's not trying to make a case for an all-knowing, all-loving, all-powerful God. But he did think that maybe I was using this word free will the wrong way. He says, free will doesn't mean what you think it means. So I asked him, what is your interpretation of free will? And he says, free will doesn't mean you can do anything you want, even if it isn't possible. Free will does mean that all of your choices are not predetermined. And I decided then to go ahead and look up free will in the dictionary. I looked it up in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, right? And here's what it said. So basically, I seem to be a little more accustomed to the first definition, whereas he seemed to be a little more accustomed to the second definition. This brings me back to a point I've made again and again in previous videos, and that's that spoken language is subject to interpretation. Usually when we're, communicating with each other, we can understand each other pretty well. But every now and then there's going to be a word that means one thing to some people, it means something else to other people. And so, if two people get together, they have a conversation, and that word means one thing to me, means something else to you, then we might have a miscommunication, we might have a misunderstanding, right? But anyway, he went on to say, free will has a well-understood meaning in philosophy. Dictionaries are obviously not rigorous in making such distinctions. So I guess I feel like maybe I should readdress the free will argument with a different understanding in mind of what free will refers to. So, with a different idea in mind of free will, we're not going to look at it as though free will doesn't exist because I can't go flying around like a character on Dragon Ball Z. No, instead we're gonna operate with the assumption free will does exist. Okay, we're gonna operate with the assumption free will does exist. So, if we operate with the context of thought that free will means our actions are not predetermined, that God is not guiding our actions, does it make sense that a universe in which we have free will is a universe created by an all-knowing, all-loving, all-powerful God? Well, wait a minute. If he's an all-knowing God, then he already knows what actions we're going to take before he ever creates the universe. He knows if I create the universe, here's what people are going to do. Let's say he has different options, different ways of creating the universe, so that outcomes are different. He decides, I'm going to create the universe so that things happen this way instead of that way. Right? Either way you look at it, our actions are predetermined. Because he's going off of, which universe am I going to create? Or am I even going to create a universe? Either way you look at it, our actions are predetermined. He knows. He knows when he creates the universe what we're going to do. Our actions are predetermined. A universe created by an all-knowing God is not a universe where people have free will. Or at least those are my thoughts on the matter. Let me know what you guys think. Comment section down below. Have fun. And go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and share it with other people. If you're interested in watching my future videos, go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you all in the next one. So have a good one, guys, and peace.